A war between two kingdoms of crooked mirrors, X and Y. On February 20, 2014, troops from the Kingdom of X crossed the borders of the Kingdom of Y. Crimea and part of the Donetsk and Lugansk regions were annexed. The catalyst for such aggressive actions was the Maidan in Ukraine, caused by the unwillingness of the Yanukovych authorities to pursue the integration of the kingdom into the European Union. The main ideological leader of this Maidan was Prince Poroshenko, who since childhood had been circling in the political and pro-government circles of the Kingdom of Y. Maidan won, and King Yanukovych fell, that is, he was deposed and fled to Kingdom X to the main king of the United Kingdoms, Putin. The king is dead, long live the king. Poroshenko V ascended to the throne of the kingdom. Having quickly reached an agreement with King Putin, they came to an agreement that nothing terrible had happened and part of the Y kingdom remained de facto with King Putin. So the two kings, having become friends again on mutually beneficial terms, began to live well and steal goods. At the same time, for ordinary citizens of the Kingdom of Y and the Kingdom of X, nothing has changed for the better. Power over the kingdom and the ruling elites was retained. Having conscientiously corrected his personal capital during the periods spent on the throne of the Kingdom of Y, Poroshenko V, having lost in a duel between the kings of the contenders, leaves the throne without much desire. But speaking on the podium of the royal stable, he threatened that he would return to. And the favorite of the mob, the cheerful and ambitious King Vladimir, ascended the throne. He declared that with his mighty hand and sharp mind he would restore order in the kingdom loyal to him. He will return the lost part of the kingdom and end the war, which has been in an inert state all this time. Having hit statehood, the young King Vladimir realized that there were a lot of other kings in the kingdom, and he was simply officially chosen by the mob for a short, democratic period of rule over this kingdom. Then Vladimir makes a courageous decision and for 2 years carries out major construction in the kingdom, these are roads, as well as the repair of old and construction of new buildings. The citizens of the Kingdom of Y certainly like all this. But they will never understand why they want to eat all the time, since the standard of living in the kingdom is still very low, and the mob is forced to go to the neighboring Western kingdoms to earn their daily bread, often working there beyond the norm. Over time, subjects begin to understand that they are being fooled and will not have to wait for any fundamental changes. Analysts from the royal stable also notice this and inform King Vladimir. After 2 years of rule, self-flagellation and soul-searching, King Vladimir announces that there will be no more kings and an anti-oligarchic law is adopted in the supreme stable. This turned out to be a red line for King Putin, with whom Vladimir never became friends, like his predecessor Poroshenko V. And on February 24, 2022, from the birth of our Lord, Karol Putin announces a full-scale military invasion of the Kingdom of Y. The purpose of which is to protect the United Kings, the Kingdom of Y, which Vladimir decided to cancel.